We've talked a lot about the Internet of Value, our North Star of enabling money to move like information does today. But how does the Internet of Value translate into banking? It starts with your customers. Your customers' payment demands are changing, and the Internet of Value plays a large part in delivering on those demands. Across retail, SME, and corporate customers, as well as the emerging wave of platform-based businesses, they are demanding global transactions that are seamless, real-time, certain, and cost-effective. Yet today's global transactions fall far short of those expectations. That's because the current payments infrastructure is a patchwork of centralized networks, legacy technology, and different payment rails. It's disparate. The technology, systems of record, messaging, and rules are different from one network to the next. It's slow. It takes an average of 3 to 5 days to settle across the numerous intermediaries. It's error-prone. Failure rates are high and data flow between intermediaries is poor. And it's costly. Processing costs are high, an average of $25 to $35 for each payment. The downstream impact of these problems provides a subpar experience that's driving customers from your bank to fintech providers that can provide a better customer experience. We're solving this with RippleNet, which is the cornerstone of enabling the Internet of Value. RippleNet is a global decentralized network that brings together a diverse ecosystem of payments players for the first time in history. Let's look at what could be the fully realized future state of RippleNet, starting with the ecosystem of players who are categorized into two functional groups. First are network users. These are corporates, SMEs, small banks, and payment providers who only send payments. Second are the network members. These are banks and payment providers that serve as the foundation of the network as they process payments and source liquidity. Network members process payments through real-time settlement with bidirectional messaging. With RippleNet, banks and payment providers can process payments more efficiently through the pre-validation of every transaction to eliminate failures and through rich data attachments for every payment. It also provides payment certainty through the pre-disclosure of information prior to settlement to eliminate failures, and through atomic settlement that provides pass-fail processing across all intermediaries to avoid settlement leg risk. Network members can also source liquidity through access to an on-demand pool of liquidity through digital assets. RippleNet provides the ability to lower liquidity costs by being able to source liquidity on demand and reduce the amount of nostros required to make global payments. For network users, again, these are corporates, SMEs, small banks, and other payment providers, RippleNet provides a standardized API-based interface to originate payments through their banking partner. They can access across networks globally, they can send payments on demand in real time, they can attach rich data like invoices to any payment, and they can gain complete visibility into payment status and delivery timing. RippleNet is solving the inefficiencies of today's inefficient payments networks. It's standardized. The technology, APIs, rules, and governance are consistent across the network. It's fast. The technology provides real-time settlement and bidirectional messaging. It's certain. Atomic pass-fail processing eliminates payment failures. And it's low cost. High STP rates and flexible liquidity provisioning lowers processing costs. RippleNet is the first step towards bringing the Internet of Value to life through one frictionless experience to send money globally.
Alistair Constance, and I'm the founder and director of Mercury Foreign Exchange. So we have 3 offices around the world. We are 11 years old in London, where we've been trading as an electronic money institution for the last 11 years. We have a 7-year-old office, which is again regulated in Hong Kong, and a 3-year-old office in South Africa, Cape Town and Johannesburg. We have in the region of about 5,000 customers globally, and where we tend to find our sweet spot is in looking for customers with higher value transactions to make. So they tend to be corporates and in some cases high value individuals, but that needn't be too specific. We are looking at anybody who needs to make a cross-border payment, and I think one of the advantages of something like Ripple is that it gives us the ability to make smaller value transactions on much higher volumes. So we could start to look at the remittance market, which is an exciting space for us. Before we were using the old architecture, and it's been time for a change in finance for a very long time. Disruptive technologies like blockchain don't come across the world every couple of years, or even then, decades possibly, but these are real kind of game-changing moments. So with Ripple, we have managed to really get into a potentially unbelievable network that really does span the globe and allows us to open up new markets. And for that reason, we see every reason that it should be the new technology that is rolled out and adopted beyond the old technology of SWIFT perhaps and the correspondent banking networks. So if you can have faster payments that are 100 times faster and sometimes a lot more, and they cost a fraction of what the old payments cost, why wouldn't anybody want both of those? In the old days, what we would have had to do is we would have had to buy Mexican pesos on screen using our banking partner, which would settle in 2 days' time. We'd wait for the money to come in from our client, and then on the second day when the trade had settled, we would send the Mexican pesos out to Mexico using SWIFT and the correspondent banking network. So the price there for sending that payment is opaque, to say the least. We know what it costs to send, but we're never 100% sure of what exactly is going to arrive or what we would have been charged to make that a consistent number. So all in, you're probably looking at about 3 days to get it to Mexico, and somewhere in the cost of about $50 as an example. Using XRP and XRapid, we can make that payment in a matter of seconds. So we can get sterling from the UK through the XRP ledger and down into a Mexican payment partner in seconds, which is then delivered over the local rails at a fraction of the cost.